Well, hello there! Aren't you looking beautiful today? Welcome to the first episode of 2018. What up guys, Jordy here for Cinecom.net, and today is Creative Tuesday. This is a series where we share creative tips and tricks to help you make better videos. But today we are at Basketball Sensation, a basketball event, and I had 5 tips for you to film a sports event. So let's swing into it. Sport is about action, a lot of movement from the players, so it's a good idea to increase the speed of the shutter. Now this has various effects. First of all, we are reducing the motion blur. Since the players move around so fast, there's a lot of motion blur, sometimes too much. So that's why we want to reduce that by increasing the speed of the shutter and thus making your shots seem a bit sharper. The next reason is to create a harder and a more realistic look. Now, this definitely works well for things like a boxing game. And this was also done in many war films such as Saving Private Ryan. By having a faster shutter speed, the blood and the explosions became sharper, thus the entire look of the film was more grungy. I can also suggest to shoot at a higher frame rate if your camera can do that. Slow motion emphasizes detail, which is great to attract interest to a certain movement from a player. Now, slow motion doesn't always have to be applied on action. It sure is cool, but it can also be used to emphasize an emotion. Just the look of a defeated player can be so strong in slow motion. But make sure that you are also adjusting your shutter speed here if you would like to keep that hard look. If you are shooting at a higher frame rate, you must also set your shutter speed faster. Now I've got 4 more awesome tips for you guys, but first let's thank Rocketstock, who is sponsoring today's episode. Now they came out with a brand new pack called Fume, which is a collection of more than 150 smoke and fog effects, which you can use in any editing software to add a great dynamic depth to your films. And you can even use this for sports games as well. There might be some creative scenes like here where the players are being introduced. I added a bit of smoke in post-production, which came out great. Now you can find out more about this video pack by following the first link in the description below. Tip number 2, your sports video is probably not about the sport. It's all about the event, all the activities there, the people. Make sure to get enough shots of the fans, the coaches, the sponsors who are very important, the dancers if there are any, etc. What I would suggest is to talk to the organization first and ask them what is important to you and who here present is important. It's better to have too much shots than not enough. Now my client asked me to shoot these interviews of some important people. Now I couldn't directly see how I would implement that in the edit, but maybe we can use a small part from it or use it in a separate video. It means a lot to the organization and you will get appreciated for that. Tip number 3, get into the action. Don't just pick a seat between the audience and shoot the rest of the evening from there. Get as close as you can to the action, and that way you're involving your audience a lot more into the game. Now close-ups are great, they show detail, but you have to zoom in for that, meaning that you're filming again from a distance. Try to shoot many wide shots as well. That way the audience can really relive that great day again. Also change your position often. It makes your edit a lot more dynamic if you have many variations in camera position. Now sometimes it's not that convenient to get so close to the action. What you can then do is put some shots in scene before or after the game. This allows you to go on the field and you might be able to use those shots in between or as a great intro. Tip number 4, highlights. Now these are different for every sport. For a soccer game, the highlights are the goals because there just aren't so many. At a basketball game, goals are made all the time, so the highlights could be something different that doesn't happen so much, for example, a dunk. So try everything you can to get your highlight, and that might require you to set up a second fixed camera on the goal or taking some time to wait for your highlights to happen. Now when I'm filming, I'm constantly looking around to see where I need to run to or what my angle should be. And this is so that I don't miss my highlight and also that I don't bump into any players because I'm standing so close to the field. I would also suggest not to do anything too crazy with your camera movement. If it failed, you also missed your highlight. Now keep your creative camera movements for the rest of the event, which is my last tip. Sport games are fun and full of action, so make sure that your videos show that as well. Be creative with camera movement, film handheld or use a gimbal or Steadicam. In this way you're much more mobile and you can spin your camera around. This is also great for camera transitions, where you make a certain movement on the end of a shot and continue that movement on the beginning of your second shot. Connecting these two together creates stunning transitions.
You can also go for transitions in post-production or other visual effects. Just make sure that you don't exaggerate. Avoid having your video look like a 90s PowerPoint presentation. If you shoot slow motion, definitely play around with the speed ramping. This means that you're speeding up and slowing down specific parts in your edit. And if you would like to see how to do that inside Premiere Pro, you can actually follow the cards up there for a dedicated tutorial. Now, the edit of the sports video is not done yet, but when it is, we'll add it to the blog post of this video, which you can also find a link to in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay creative.